Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is David A. Qua and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is currently 9:22 p.m. on July 31st, 2016. So it's time for a monthly vlog, the video where I take a look at all the interesting things I've done in the past month, where I saw a new movie, played a new video game, I ate a new restaurant, maybe I attended some new event, and I give you guys my thoughts and reviews of it in this video. We're going to talk about the movies, the games, of course. Towards the end of the video, I will give you guys your shout-outs. Some people who asked for shout-outs, I'll give you guys your shout-outs towards the end of the video, okay? July 2016 was actually a pretty amazing month for me because we actually did some traveling, some vacationing, okay? I went to both Washington, D.C. and New York City all in one trip because we went to Washington, D.C., took an Amtrak train to New York City. It was like a 3-hour train ride, very comfortable 3-hour train ride, by the way. And later on in the video, I'm going to tell you guys like what we did, what I liked about the trip, what I didn't like about the trip, Let's go ahead and talk about the normal stuff first. Video games. I completed 3 video games this past month. The first one is Grand Theft Auto 5. That's right. 3 years after the game was released, I finally completed the game. I got the game for $3, okay, a couple years ago. And because of that, I only played like mini games. I only drove around and explored and stuff like that, but I never actually played the actual missions, I finally did it. I completed the game after a few days of gameplay, by the way. And I recorded my gameplay, by the way. A lot of people keep asking me, hey David, show us your gameplay, play Grand Theft Auto 5 for us and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I got it for Xbox 360. There was no direct capture device that I have for Xbox 360. So instead, I actually took this camera, I pointed at the TV and I recorded my gameplay, and everyone was just fine with that. Everyone had no problem with that whatsoever, And I did a couple videos on YouTube already. One of them is actually the achievement hunting video, so me just running around doing achievements, trying to attempt achievements, One is doing the final heist of the game, and another video was doing the final mission of the game. People keep asking me, hey David, do ending C, there's like multiple endings in the game, there's like 3 endings, okay? Do ending C, which is called Death Wish. So I finally did the ending for you guys, and it was quite intense, but I finally finished it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, okay? And in that video also, I gave you guys my reviews and thoughts on the game itself, okay? So, Grand Theft Auto 5, I can finally complete it. People keep asking me now, when am I going to play the PS4 version? I don't know when that's going to be. I just completed the Xbox 360 one, Like, it's not that different. I know there's like a first-person mode, new graphics and stuff like that, but I'm not in a rush now to play Grand Theft Auto 5, okay, on next gen. Another game I completed this past month is a Nintendo 3DS game, Heroes of Ruin. It is a dungeon crawler game, action RPG. Pretty similar gameplay to something like Diablo, or if you guys play Dungeon Hunter Alliance on the PlayStation Vita, it's very similar to that also, okay? I really enjoyed this game. For me to complete a Nintendo 3DS game, it takes a lot, because there's no achievements, there's no trophies, there's like very little motivation for me to keep playing the game, But the story was interesting, the gameplay was interesting. It's from Square Enix, People who made the Final Fantasy games, Bravely Default, Chrono Trigger, the more recent Tomb Raider games. They have a pretty good reputation when it comes to entertaining video games, high production values, story, stuff like that, okay? So the final game I completed this past month was actually at an arcade. Okay, my friends and I probably spent like $6 in quarters playing this game. We completed from beginning to end. It's called Golden Axe: Revenge of the Death Adder. It's from Sega. Okay, it's from a Sega cabinet. So we played the game. It was great, by the way. I really enjoyed it. Good times with my friends. This was actually in New York, by the way. There was a bar / restaurant / arcade, and they have tons of arcade machines. There's like shooting games, there's like driving games, old stuff, classic stuff. You can play Pac-Man or X-Men. It was a great place. I actually made a video about it also, and I'll talk about it more later on in the video. But I really enjoyed the place. Okay, it's called Barcade. If you guys go to New York City, you gotta check out the place. Okay. Let's talk about movies. I saw a pretty decent amount of movies this past month. Okay, the first one I saw, it's an older one. It's from like mid-2000s. Jumper. It has Hayden Christensen in it. The guy who plays Anakin Skywalker in the Star Wars prequels, he's in it. He's the main character. From the director of The Bourne Identity and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And also Samuel L. Jackson's also in this movie. He plays like the antagonist of the story. So Hayden Christensen's character can actually teleport. He can like go from one end of the world to the other. He can actually like bamf himself into a bank vault or something and steal all the money or whatever. And Samuel L. Jackson's the dude who like chases him, you know, tries to capture him. He's on a rampage, you know. So it's a pretty interesting movie. Now the main reason for me buying this movie, okay, was Kristen Stewart, my celebrity crush. You know, I absolutely love Kristen Stewart. She's in this movie for about, I don't think she's even in it for about even a minute. You know, she's a brief, very brief cameo, but she's in the movie just for a little bit. I watched this movie just for her, you know. So yeah, I just recently bought a couple more Kristen Stewart movies, and I'm really looking forward to you know, Cafe Society and Equals that's coming out very, very soon. Okay, so there it is, Jumper. I also saw Star Trek Beyond. This is the previous movie. Star Trek Beyond right now is still in theaters. Okay, we saw it in theaters, my friends and I. Really enjoyed the movie. They actually incorporated Leonard Nimoy's death into the movie also. So Old Spock also is gone in the movie universe right now, currently. Ambassador Spock, you know. And they also, at the end of the movie, they gave a little in memoriam to him and Anton Yelkin, who recently died in that car accident. It's very unfortunate what happened to him, by the way. I was reading the story, I was like, man, this is crazy. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. The only thing I have to complain about is just the movie theater itself. Like, right before the movie started, they had like 20 minutes of movie trailers. And it's one of those AMC movie theaters, by the way. And I sat there, I was like, these are all action movie trailers. And by the time the movie started, I was like, I'm so exhausted. Because it was all these action-related movie trailers, right? And I love watching movie trailers, but back-to-back like that, and then finally when the movie started, I actually took a nap during the movie. Because I was like so exhausted from watching all the movie trailers. And also, I guess our seats weren't, they're not exactly comfortable. We decided to watch it very last minute. We didn't, you know, we weren't intending to watch Star Trek Beyond, but there it was. And the only seats that were left were like the ones in the front row, the very first row, right in front of the screen, you know. So yeah, the seats kind of recline and stuff like that, but we didn't have a good view of the entire screen, you know. So I'll definitely buy the movie when it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD, and I'll have to watch the movie the right way, you know, so but we were just way too close to the screen, we can see her pimples and stuff like that, you know, but I really enjoyed it. I also saw Finding Dory. The movie was good. I mean, Pixar and Disney, they never fail when it comes to these movies. I didn't like it as much as Finding Nemo, though. I thought Finding Nemo was a much better movie. But it was good. It had a great story. Ellen DeGeneres did a fantastic job, you know. They had introduced some new characters, and the story was good, and I really enjoyed it, you know. It's really funny, really cute. So yeah. I also saw the R-rated 30 minutes of extra footage, you know, extended edition, ultimate of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, okay? And the movie was like half an hour longer. There were some more brutal scenes. They cussed a little bit. But out of the 30 minutes of extra footage, I would have to say probably 10 or 15 minutes of it was actually like, it really did the movie for me. But then it actually made the movie kind of drag down a little bit more. So whatever rating I gave the original theatrical version of the movie is like, okay, some scenes may bring it up, but some scenes actually brought it back down, so it's like, it kind of broke even when it comes to the score, okay? I thought it was like, it was a little better, but it also, they added a few things I didn't like also, you know? There's a couple scenes that actually kind of dragged on the movie a little bit longer. But some pieces of dialogue, some conversations here, they actually made the movie a lot better, you know? It made things make a lot more sense, you know? So yeah, if you haven't seen the extended edition, I don't think you're really missing much, but it is a vast improvement over the theatrical version. Finally, the last movie I saw here is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. It has the girl who played Cinderella in that live-action Cinderella movie a couple of years ago. It also has Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor from Doctor Who. I really enjoyed this movie. It's just basically Pride and Prejudice, the regular Pride and Prejudice story, but actually threw in zombies here and there, you know. What would have been a scene where they're just sitting at a table by the fireplace drinking tea or something, instead they have a fighting scene in place of it, you know, but it would have like very similar dialogue. I like Pride and Prejudice, by the way, so I have Pride and Prejudice with zombies here. I got the original 1940 movie in this set, the Keira Knightley movie, of course. And I got this one from BBC, has the dude from Bridget Jones. He's in it also. Okay, so I really enjoyed it. And yeah, If you're into Pride and Prejudice and Jane Austen movies and stuff like that, the story. I never read the books, by the way, but I like the movies. And yeah, go ahead and check it out. So let's go ahead and talk about the New York / Washington D.C. trip that I had this past month. We spent half the time. I spent half the time in New York and then the other half in Washington D.C. It was a really good time. We went everywhere, you know, all the touristy type places. We did some souvenir shopping. We ate at tons of different restaurants. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you guys 3 things I really liked about the trip. I'm going to mainly focus on New York, and 3 things I didn't like that was more disappointing for me. Okay. This is not my first time to New York or Washington D.C. by the way. It's I've been to Washington D.C. about 3 times already. New York, this is my 2nd time. But there was a restaurant that I really enjoyed there. It's not actually a restaurant, it's in a sit-down place. It's more like a food truck. Okay, Halal Guys. I wish we ate there a 2nd time because I love the food there, okay? It's a food truck. They serve Middle Eastern type foods like gyros, chicken, rice, you know. They actually have a very special sauce, and people would line up around the corner for this food, you know? And we went around 2 p.m. because we want to avoid the crowds and stuff like that, but they had some awesome food. I don't know what is in that special sauce of theirs, but it was amazing. Okay, I actually brought home a sample for my parents just for them to try it out and stuff like that. So yeah, Halal Guys, I believe that's how you pronounce it. There's like we ordered like the chicken and beef combo or something like that. It was great food, man. If you check out New York City, you gotta check them out. They have a bunch of food trucks here and there. You know, I think there's like a main location in Manhattan, but there's a bunch of food trucks throughout the city. In no particular order are these, by the way. It's like, this is just top 3 things in no particular order. The next thing I have to talk about is Barcade. I mentioned it earlier. It's a bar, restaurant type of place, but they actually have arcade machines all over the place. You can play shooting games, you can play sports games, you can play a racing game, you can play Pac-Man, you can play X-Men, you can play the Ghostbusters game, you know, there's like tons of stuff. And we stayed there for like almost an hour and a half or something like that. I don't even know how long. We lost track of time, you know, we were like, oh crap, we were supposed to be in Coney Island right now, and we totally missed out, you know? But it's if you like video games, you like to eat, you like to drink, you gotta check out this place. So if you go to New York City, check out Barcade. I actually uploaded a video of us visiting the place. Okay, I pan around and look at the scoreboards and the high scores, and they have tournaments there and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool place. Okay, I really enjoyed it. And finally, I gotta say this has gotta be my top 3. Okay, and that was just seeing Pauline, my friend's sister, actually lives in New York City, and she joined us for like the evenings. Okay, so had dinner with us and stuff like that. She had some great ideas. It was her ideas that we went to Governor's Island, that we checked out some of these other restaurants. We had a food crawl that was thanks to her, and she had to go to a pizza place. She was drinks, parks, you know. Having her along was a great time. It was great seeing her. She's a great person to talk to, by the way. She's funny, she's smart, and oh my gosh, she is so beautiful. I really like her. Okay, but yeah, having her along for the adventure, you know, was definitely one of the highlights of the trip. Top 3, definitely. Okay, so just seeing Pauline, I'm really glad that she came along for the trip. Now let's talk about the 3 disappointing things about the trip. Okay, the first thing that I have to talk about is the 9/11 memorial. I think this is mainly my fault. Okay, I hyped up so much. Out of all the things I wanted to see in New York, I wanted to see the 9/11 memorial because that was the thing that it wasn't there the last time I went to New York. Okay, and it was cool. Okay, but I was expecting more. I don't know what I was expecting, but we finally saw the 9/11 memorial, and I was like, okay, we saw it. Let's go somewhere else, you know. But you know, there's a park there, a bunch of trees that have some symbolic, you know. There was like the whole place was huge symbolism, you know, hope and freedom. There's a museum. There's actually a shopping center nearby. You can buy souvenirs and stuff like that. Where the tower used to be is a beautiful waterfall. That's what it turns into now. Okay. So if you check out, if you go to New York, it's obviously one of the touristy places you gotta check out. Was the 9/11 memorial. It's cool, but I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was, you know, you saw it and you move on, you know, so it was interesting to see, but you know, it wasn't like, wow, you know. But, Vapiano's, it's a restaurant in New York. They serve pizza, pasta, stuff like that. My friend Paul had a bad experience there, so because of that, our entire conversation for that entire meal was just talking about the bad service and stuff like that. We just didn't enjoy it as much as we wanted to. But the food's alright, okay? They actually let us have free drinks, you know. The ordering procedure is actually very unique, but I'm probably not going to go back to the place. If I ever go back to New York, that's not going to be on my list of places to go to. Okay, we didn't enjoy the service there. My friend Paul, he felt offended about what happened there. Okay, and their entire dinner conversation was just, why would they do that to us? You know. Finally, I just gotta complain about this. Okay, we stayed at the Marriott Marquis Hotel at the heart of Times Square, and the most disappointing thing about that hotel was how the elevators worked. I don't know if you guys have been to that hotel and checked out all the elevators, but there's like, I have to say there's like a dozen elevators, and only like a couple of them are used at one time. Okay, so you walk up to this panel, basically. You type in the floor that your hotel room is on, right? And then it says, "Go wait at elevator E." So you stand in front of elevator E. Other people will be typing the same thing, and they'll be suddenly it's like 40, 50 people waiting in line for this one elevator, right? And it was like, they gotta change up the system a little bit. Why is there like 10 other elevators not being used and everyone's waiting in line in front of this one elevator, you know? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, there should be some type of new system where it actually count how many people are in the room or about to wait, you know? Because it's so silly that we're fighting to get on the elevators because it's only like one or two elevators that actually work, you know? I would rather just go into any elevator that's available, type in a number, go head to that floor. That's how it should be working, you know? But no, it's like, I just didn't like how the system elevators worked, okay, at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square, okay? Also the rooms, I don't know if all rooms were like this, you know, so I can't really like, this is from my experience. The rooms didn't have a refrigerator, they didn't have a microwave, and Wi-Fi was not free. Now, if it wasn't for, my friend Paul actually had some type of deal with the hotel or something, some type of promotion, so we actually do have free Wi-Fi, but if you're just staying there, there is no free Wi-Fi. It's like, it's crazy, because I would go to like a $50 motel with bed bugs and all that stuff, and they would actually still have free, you know, they probably have a refrigerator and probably have free Wi-Fi, you know, but there was no free Wi-Fi available at this hotel. So that's another thing I want to complain about. Besides that, you know, we checked out all the different sites. We went to Governor's Island, Chinatown, we went to Times Square, we checked out all these different restaurants. I can make an entire video all about this New York trip, but I think top 3 and bottom 3, those are the things I want to talk about, okay? I do have a souvenir video that I want to talk about in the future, okay? I talk more about the trip there, okay? Brought home some foods and like different French fry cartons. If you guys don't remember, I collect French fry cartons, so you'll see that in my souvenir video. Actually, Batman vs. Superman was actually one of the things I bought during this trip, you know, while we were there. I mean, you can buy it anywhere, you know, but I bought it during the trip. So my receipt was like, you know, a thing from New York, you know, Washington, D.C. Anyway, that's it for the monthly vlog for July of 2016. When it comes to, like, upcoming stuff. Oh, wait, I was about to miss out on the shout-outs. People want their shout-outs, okay? Okay, these are the people that I just typed in shoutouts in the comment section. Okay, the search for it, and these are the people that showed up that wanted shoutouts. Potato Bleach, Willardsta 45, 105 Colin, Premium Nostalgia, CTY 31, and Martinez M. You guys asked for shoutouts. There you go. All right. When it comes to, well, school's about to start up in August, you know, so you probably will not see me for a while. I did save a bunch of videos, including gameplay and stuff like that, so you guys can see in the future. But, you know, this entire month of July, I only live stream like one day, you know. It's really busy times for me, so I'm trying to finish Fable. I bought Fable Anniversary, the first game, and I'm trying to play that game. Trying to finish Walking Dead. I started Walking Dead Season 1, Telltale Games. I played the game before, by the way, but I never finished on Xbox 360. I played on PlayStation. And, you know, I'm in the middle of that. Trying to do some more trophy hunting in Grand Theft Auto 5, I guess. There's like, I never did the Strangers and Freaks, you know. There's like a rampage thing with one of the characters that I wanted to try with Trevor, you know. So, those are the things. I also want to buy some 3DS games. I saw some 3DS games that are on sale right now. Some Christmas in July sale. And I really want to check them out, okay? Final Fantasy Explorer is actually a game I really want to play on 3DS, okay? There's a demo for a Metroid game. I want to play that, okay? And I'm trying to finish up, you know, just games here and there. Movies. I believe this month, Jungle Book comes out on DVD. I do want that game. I do want that movie. Seasons for Supergirl and Arrow and Flash actually come out for this season, for this month also. So I want to get those and get caught up with the series. You know, that's it. You know. Anyway, that's it for my July 2016 vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys watched the end of the video, you're quite the trooper. Okay. Maybe a Nerf collection in the future. I kind of put this in the background just so you guys have something to look at. You know. Thank you for watching. Rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.